Try imagining this case scenario. You want to go to your car, you want to go run some errands. So you tell your husband, okay, I'm gonna go get some groceries. Then all of a sudden you probably get your car keys and you look at me like, where's my car? Where's my car? Where's my truck? You get the license plate number, all this and that, and all of a sudden you found out that your son drove the car. Now imagine this. Now try imagine you do it again. It's been popped up all over social media as this child that you're about to see, he took the keys of a car, and only one was McDonald's. But it adds up. Take a look at this first case.
Police tonight say a child who took their mother's car caused several wrecks near Castores and SPID this morning. It happened just before 10 a.m. when police say the boy took his mother's keys and drove off in her truck. The boy then crashed 4 separate times at different locations. Police say the boy reportedly has a mental disability. Officers spent the morning investigating each accident.
So the officers are writing up several different crash reports because it was not one continuous event. So our officers are out at the different locations taking crash reports.
And we have learned that CPS was not called. This child was released back into their parents' custody. Very fortunately, no one was injured.
Nobody was injured. Okay, well, it happened. Well, 2 days later, it happened again. Let's take a look at this one.
Ted, it appears to have happened again.
The young boy who crashed his family's truck on Monday was behind the wheel again tonight, crashing into, we're told, up to 2 cars at an HEB parking lot.
This is the HEB off Castores in Galahar. Video shared with us tonight by viewers show the boy behind the wheel, this time of a pink car. Now, we learned Monday from Corpus Christi Police the child does have an intellectual disability. Police confirming to 3 News tonight this was the same child who crashed at least 4 separate locations on Monday.
The boy's age and identity will not be released. This crash remains under investigation. Police say no injuries were reported.
The same kid. It's the same child. Different car, different vehicles, same child. Now, this story has popped up all over social media. This is a story that popped up all over Facebook, all over social media, with all these memes saying no means yes, that, this, and the other. Now I've learned that he's a disability. Before I was going to talk about this, here's that clip. No blurred face. I've cut it out. You don't want to hear it. So, this is from Matt Trevino, and I shared this. Because if I was in that little kid's shoes, I would have said to myself, hey, no means no. That's the child. That's the child right there. And everybody was like all in shock. I think I might have posted another one about this. Can't be sure. Let me go check them out. I think I did. If I was in that little kid's shoes, I mean, and everybody's all like going all, well, thank God this is being reported by the police. I mean, a lot of people say, well, CPS is already involved. Well, where's the parents? What about the grandparent? Couldn't she have said something? I mean, here's the thing here. Hide your keys. Hide the keys. I mean, who do we have to blame for this? Let's think. Who do we blame? Who do we have to blame? Violet First. If you don't know, Violet First is a YouTube channel with his son William. He steals the car just to go get a new Xbox controller or to go get some more candy. Here is a clip.
Oh, crap! Oh, crap! Ah! Oh my gosh. William! 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 William, I have your candy! William! Oh, crap! William!
Now that wasn't the first time he took the car. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Over 5 times he took the car. If you see each one of these videos, he took the car. So what does that tell you, boys and girls? Parents, hide your keys. Talk to your kids about the dangers of driving without a license. You want to learn how to drive? I mean, I don't know about the kid, but mainly CPS is getting a report about this. We'll keep following the story and we'll keep you posted. And speaking of which, what about the trial here? The trial of that father who killed his son via treadmill. What the verdict? Next. Stay with us. Yesterday, I brought you the story of Christopher Greger, who was charged with murder after a hurtful video about his son being murdered at a treadmill at a gym. He is charged with murder and child endangerment, and him a couple charges. But what was the guilty plea? Before we get into that, we told you about the evidence, the key piece of evidence. And what I've learned so far is that he will not testify. Now, if he hadn't testified and said, yes, I did this, I did that, then the jury would have heard his side of the tale. But the judge said, we don't want to hear it. That would have convinced the jury. I mean, the jury's all like, good, we don't want to hear him saying he's a cold-blooded, he's a father killer. But if he had testified, that really would change the jury's mind. So how does he plead? What's the verdict in? Let's take a look.
As the 12 deliberating jurors are back in the jury box. In addition, we have our alternates seated in the jury box to prevent them from appearing on camera. So those are seats 4 and 11. In addition, seats 3 and 13 are empty as those jurors have been excused. Madam Foreperson, would you please rise? Madam Foreperson, has the jury reached the verdict?
Yes.
And is that verdict unanimous?
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm going to read to you each count. Please give me the jury's unanimous response. 1, how do you find as to count 1 endangering the welfare of a child?
Guilty.
2, how do you find as to count 2 murder?
Not guilty.
3, how do you find as to the charge of aggravated manslaughter?
Guilty.
And you did not answer question 4? At this time, thank you, Madam Foreperson, to be seated. At this time, I'm going to poll the jury. Members of the jury, you've heard the verdict as read by your foreperson. At this point, I'm going to ask each juror by number, except the 2 alternates, to respond yes if the verdict read by the foreperson is your verdict, no if the verdict read by the foreperson is not your verdict. Juror number 2. Juror number 3 is empty. Juror number 4 is alternate. Juror number 5.
Yes.
Juror number 6.
Yes.
Juror number 7.
Yes.
Juror number 8.
Yes.
Juror number 9.
Yes.
Juror number 10.
Yes.
Juror number 11 is an alternate. Juror number 12. Juror number 13 has been excused. Juror number 14. Juror number 15. Juror number 16. Is counsel satisfied that the verdict is unanimous?
Yes.
At this time, I would ask the clerk to record and note in the minutes that the verdict is unanimous. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the function you have performed is one of the most important civic duties you can ever be called upon to fulfill. With the return of your verdict, your service in this case is complete. Upon your discharge, you are not required except upon court order, to discuss your deliberations or verdict with anyone. Additionally, no attorney or party or any person acting on their behalf is permitted under our rules of court to examine you or question you or even to discuss with you your verdict or your deliberations or your role in this matter. In some states, judges are actually able to stay afterwards and speak to the jurors about the experience. In New Jersey, judges and attorneys are specifically prohibited from doing that. If anyone approaches you associated with the case, the attorneys or the parties, please notify me immediately. It's possible you may be contacted by others, including members of the media. As you know, obviously we had media coverage in this trial. It will be up to each of you to decide whether or not to speak to those persons or entities about your service as a juror. If you agree to be interviewed, you may discuss whatever you want in whatever manner you deem appropriate. However, I ask you to keep these things in mind. The key to your function as jurors has been the free discussion amongst yourselves during deliberations, and the privacy of those deliberations is essential to the continuation of the fair administration of justice. All jurors have the prerogative to keep confidential their communications with their fellow jurors during deliberations. In fact, it is in the public interest that there be the utmost freedom of discussion in the jury room, and that each of you be permitted to express your views without concern for public reaction or criticism. Under no circumstances should you make a statement to the media or anyone else that you would not be willing to repeat under oath in court in the presence of your fellow jurors. But on a personal note, I want to thank you for your service. I know we told you in the beginning that it's a civic duty, but this case was a long case. It was difficult scheduling issues, and it was a difficult case with a lot of emotion. I told you we had the best justice system in the world, and one of the reasons, probably the principal reason, is because our Constitution guarantees a right to a trial by jury, and we can't do this without you. It's truly remarkable witnessing this reality and your participation in it. It's not only been my pleasure to have you here, it's been my privilege to have you here. I'm going to give you one final instruction, and I'm sure the attorneys join in that, by the way, our thanks and our appreciation for your attention and also how you've gotten along as a group. But I'm going to give you one final instruction, and that is the Sheriff's Department is going to escort you out that door, out a separate private entrance to the courthouse. I don't want to risk that somebody who's upset one way or the other comes up to you. They're going to make sure there's plenty of officers taking to your cars. So if you want to exchange some telephone numbers or something like that, or become friends, I guess you do that quickly, because I would really appreciate that you get in your vehicles and you go home and get out of here in the event there's any reaction by anyone. So again, thank you so much for your service. Just hand Corporal Bennett your jury pass on the way out and the verdict sheet. And been my pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
I just ask everybody in the gallery to please remain in the courtroom until the jurors have left.
The exception being any member of the media that needs to step out for work reasons, you can do that. So.
Take it as a group. We're going to take it as a group.
Okay.
Everybody ready?
Everybody.
All right.
Castle. They have their phones or their phones there? You gotta grab them.
Oh, you've got the phone? Corporal Bennett has a box.
Shut the door.
All right, thank you. Please be seated. All right, anything from the state?
No, Judge, thank you.
Ms. Moore, do we have a sentencing date?
Yes, Judge. August 2nd, 1:30 p.m. in person.
And that's a Friday?
Yes,
Mr. Lucci, is that acceptable for you?
Yes,
All right, anything else from counsel for the other side?
No, Judge, thank you.
All right, defendant was detained pre-trial, the jury having found him guilty of aggravated manslaughter, a first-degree crime, and endangering the welfare of a child, a second-degree crime, order that he be remanded pursuant to Rule 3:21-4A, pending sentence.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And counsel, it was a pleasure to have all of you here. Both sides did an excellent job. Made my job easier. Thank you both. Thank you all four of you, I should say.
Alright, you folks can exit, just remain in the hallway for a few minutes.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Stay. Stay. I appreciate it.
Together. Dennis, can you just go through this recording when everybody's out? Thank you.
As you saw, there's like a lot of things happening. The jury, I mean, it's all guilty. It's just a pattern. Guilty, not guilty, guilty, guilty. It's a pattern. It's like a ratio. One guilty, one not guilty, and two guilty. It really gets you. It really gets you thinking that, you know what? It's what it's what the jury decides. If it's what the jury decides, then hey, it's what the jury decided. Alright, we are going to take a break. Now you may remember we told you about this dad who pushed the superintendent out of the way. Now for the very first time, we're going to show you the interrogation room where the father tells his side of the story about when he pushed the superintendent out of the way. What was his reasoning? Stay with us to find out the answer. Well, a few days ago, we showed you a video about a father who pushed the superintendent out of the way during a graduation. If you saw that video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's more to the story than meets the eye. Tonight you're going to see a camera footage from the interrogation room as the dad tells his side of his story. Then you're going to hear from a lawyer from Time Magazine. You're going to hear from a lawyer who shares his thoughts about this case. Take a look.
Matthew Eddy, in his own words. That's him in a corner talking to a police officer seconds after he stormed the stage at the Baraboo High School graduation May 31st.
You're not.
Excuse me. Where's Brendan?
Get away from me, bro.
No.
After the interruption in that office, Eddy offered this explanation.
Block him from shaking my daughter's hand after the that she had to go through. That's it. I didn't touch him, so he touched me.
But the video clearly shows Eddy is the one who initiates physical contact with Baraboo Superintendent Dr. Rainey Briggs. A district administrator asks why.
I'm not aware of allegations of Dr. Briggs doing anything to your daughter specifically. No, it wasn't him specifically.
Eddie expressed anger over what he took as a slight against his daughter during a previous meeting he had with district officials, and claims that led to the confrontation on stage.
I want him to be able to shake her down because he does not deserve it from her.
Well, there is probably more to the case. False statement to police, falsely accused superintendent of touching him first, not a misdemeanor. He didn't deserve it. What is so shaking a graduate's hand in honor? Way to go, Bozo. You ordered a big day and there are no do-overs. What a bum. Ruining his daughter's big day. Didn't belong on stage, period. Whatever it is that supposedly happened, I think his daughter was the one who gets to decide if she wants to shake his hand or not. She is an adult, she gets to make those decisions. If she chose to forgive him and wants to shake his hand, that is her choice. His dad does not own her. Ruined one of the most important days of her life because of his anger. There is a good point she made. Well, that's not what superintendent specifically, so. But there is a good point being made. If she's 18, she gets to decide. In every state, you're not an adult, you're 18. You're an adult, me man. Soon when I'm gonna get on a whoop back. I'm so sorry for the daughter. I feel bad for the daughter. Okay, well, let's go to the daughter. I mean, not the daughter, not the daughter, the father. I told you this, I said to him, hey, you know, you need to do better. If your daughter didn't want him, then that's her decision. You don't make that decision for your daughter. You are not competent to make a decision about whether or not she shakes his hand. And certainly, that crap does not happen. And if it did happen here in Fire Bluff, you got no idea how much I wanted to do that to you. Now he was on TV talking about that incident. Do we get to hear his side of the tale? Eventually.
On that stage.
Take a look.
In that moment, I'm kind of like, well, is this a photographer? But as he descended upon me, you know, I'm kind of like, oh man, what is he doing? And as he approached me, he says, no, you're not. And at that point, I'm still not, you know, understanding what he's referring to. And then as we got back further on the stage, he said, you're not touching my effing daughter.
Now, Dr. Briggs first took on the role of Baraboo superintendent in 2021. Just 3 years before that, the district had been launched into controversy again after a photo of a Baraboo high school students doing a Nazi salute went viral. This incident has shown another negative spotlight on the district, but Briggs says he wants to change that narrative. Now, you can hear what he said about that in my full interview with him this Sunday morning at 10:30 on For the Record.
Braden Ross reporting. Braden, thank you.
And we are going to have that full interview. We're going to have that full interview coming up. Come up on a special Game Break Sunday. I'll have that for you next week. Now we're going to hear from... Now let's hear from... Let's see what he had to say on Time Magazine.
In the midst of the graduation, we have this parent who decides that he wants to come onto the stage. It sounds like he didn't want me to shake his daughter's hand, so he approaches me, pushes me back, and in the midst of, before he pushes me back, he says, no, you're not. And it just still hasn't registered with me yet, the no, you're not. And then he says, he pushes me back, and he says, you're not touching my effing daughter's hand. And at that point, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I said, you better get your hands off of me. You better get off me, man. And then he comes back at me again. And then at that point, there was other people who kind of stepped in to kind of separate. But I didn't know who the guy was clearly at the time, or why he would really be coming up onto the stage like that and coming at me like that. I don't know him personally. I've never had a conversation with the guys. I'm not going to sit here and say this was my first encounter with this individual. There was something that happened 3 years ago, but there was no conversation. Like even 3 years ago, there was never a conversation. It's regarding his daughter. I can't speak to the nature of that due to her student confidentiality and things like that. So I can't speak to that piece. But as the father, like I said, I wouldn't have been able to pick him out of a crowd or anything like that to know that he was this student's, father. What was going through my head in that moment is safety. Like, am I safe right now? Are all the other people in this space safe? For me, it just kind of went through my mind of like, holy crap, like I'm kind of being attacked by this guy. And I need to kind of separate myself so I can really see if this guy has a weapon or a knife or gun or whatever to ensure the safety of the people in the space. But from that point on, for the rest of that night, I'm kind of looking over my shoulder. So if you watch the whole entire ceremony, you will see me turn to the crowd like, is somebody else gonna come running up here? Again, I was in disbelief that this even happened and that this would take place at my workplace. There's only one person that can answer that question, whether it was racially motivated or not. I will say this though, the optics don't look good, but Matthew Eddy is the only person that can truly say what his motivations were. It created more tension in the community at an event that should have been celebratory of 250 students, even his daughter. And my heart goes out to his daughter. My heart goes out to the other 250 students that was in the space graduating. Till that moment, one of the biggest achievements of their lives. They didn't get to really celebrate that the way that they probably had hoped.
So yeah, he's charged with disorderly conduct because of that incident. And like I said before, this father, if there's restraining orders lifted, he needs to walk up to the superintendent and say, hey, not only apologize to the superintendent, he needs to apologize to all the students, and most importantly, his daughter. He made an embarrassment not only to his daughter, but to the district and the whole students. He needs to simply sit them down, all of them, and say, hey, I'm very sorry what I have done. Very sorry for what I've done. I want to let you know that I don't really go for this and that it won't happen again. Do not add it won't happen again, because if you say it will never happen again, the next thing out of your mouth is, I'm going to start doing it again. I don't care. And I hear all these speeches and they say, oh, we're sorry. Well, sorry's a little too late. He ruined his daughter's graduation. The dad's level of selfishness and hate ruined the day. Nearly 300 people, including one person whose happiness mattered most. That's assault. Something calling it is bullshit. This is an assault, plain and simple. Do better, Wisconsin. This wasn't assault. Shame on the police for not arresting him, and the one charge is a slap in the face. Things have got to change. If I was in this father's shoes, I would have simply say, hey, I'm very sorry. And I want to know what I can do to make it right. Throw him in jail. I mean, if he wants to go, if he decided to throw him in jail, that's up to the daughter. It's like, hey, don't be throwing my dad in jail. Let's give him a second chance, everybody. What should you do? Well, have him write an essay about, and then we should use respond to the superintendent and say, hey man, I'm not here to harm you. I want to simply say that I'm sorry. I was in the wrong. I didn't know what come to this. I want to let you know what happened again. Judge hears that, it's like, okay, well, the restraining order is lifted. The restraining order is still put in place. It would be up to the judge to decide. There are things that we have to do to make sure that stuff like this doesn't happen again. We need better training. We need something. I mean, what we need to do is make sure it. That's all this. So, I guess what needs to happen here is the dad needs to simply come out and say that he's sorry. The superintendent needs to apologize now to the district, to the school board, the superintendent, his daughter, and the whole seniors. Just simply sit them down, all of them, and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm very sorry." Just like the mac and cheese incident. Remember that Yukon mac and cheese incident? Well, after that video, he issued an apology saying that he was sorry.
My name's Luke, and I saw the video of me, and I'd like to just get a few things out there. I'm going to start by apologizing to all the staff involved in my incident, especially the manager, who was really he was just doing his job. Like, he gave me so many chances to walk away, and I didn't listen to him. I was just a complete asshole to him instead, and no one deserves to be treated that way, like, ever. And at the time, I was, to say the least, very intoxicated, and like, when I watched the video a few days later, I couldn't even believe it was me in it. Like I was just watching it thinking, oh my God, like what the hell's wrong with me? Like this isn't what I'm all about, and like I don't treat people this way, and I am ashamed. I really am ashamed of myself. The thing that's always just gotten me into trouble is just my big mouth. I talk and talk. I don't know when to shut up. Being stubborn, being stupid, and I've got some problems that I am addressing. And this was seriously a wake-up call. And I'd also like to apologize to my friends and family who've always supported me for years, and I completely disappointed them, completely let them down. And I'd like to apologize to the university student body for representing it so poorly. Like, it's not what UConn's all about. I totally misrepresented it, and I'm sorry for that. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. Oh, actually, and to all those who want to send donations of mac and cheese to me, please just send it to your local food pantry. There's a lot of hungry people out there. Yeah.
Just give me some bacon, jalapeno mac and cheese. They're not gonna give me bacon mac and cheese. They didn't fill an alternate ending where Luke says, but what I feel most sorry for is that I didn't get that mac and cheese. And he pulls out a pod. But this is totally unrelated here. So the bottom line here is this: he needs to make an apology video to all his people that are saying, hey, to the community I'm sorry, to the superintendent I'm sorry, to my daughter I'm sorry, and to the whole student body and the seniors, I'm very sorry. Go through just make a long I'm sorry speech to everybody, and then it'd be up to them to say, you know, he did wrong, I'm gonna forgive him. Or then people like, I hate for what he did. I hate for what he did. I never want to speak to him again. You know, it is by choice. When you choose behavior, you choose the consequences. Basically, it's the whole key here. So what's the bottom line here, boys and girls? Don't ever do that crap. If you're pissed about something, you let it go. Stay in your seat. And even then, you won't end up eating bacon jalapeno mac and cheese. Just give me some freaking bacon jalapeno mac and cheese. And I'll leave. Bacon, 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 jalapeno mac and cheese. We are totally ungambling here. But we do have a classic, well, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You know, we get to see these videos about all these parents confronting their schools, their child's school, and saying, you're in the wrong here, you did this and you did that. Tonight, we're going to try to break it down by looking at some of the videos that we've seen and some of the videos we have not seen. First, remember this incident from years ago? 5 years ago, if you were this mother, this was from Arizona. If you were in Arizona and you heard about this, this was when Trump decided to have this MAGA, means Make America Great Again. Her channel decided to have the Trump flag, like for Flag Day. But what happened was, it went out of control. Take a look and then we're going to break it down.
No, you have no idea. I've got Gary Harper on the phone.
Okay, you do? Are you actually? Show me.
No, I'm actually recording it, but Gary Harper is waiting for it. I've already talked to him. Channel 3 really wants to know all about this.
Oh. I'm just taking my sweatshirt off.
Jesus. No, you didn't. Put it back on.
I can't. It's Trump on it.
I don't care if it's Trump on it or not. Put your sweatshirt back on.
I'm not putting the sweatshirt back on.
Put your sweatshirt back on, yes.
Stop it.
Put your sweatshirt back on.
No, I want to put it on.
I do. Want to see the flag?
Where is this Trump?
Hi, Mom. Hi. Tori, come on.
Oh, this is the wrong mom. Oh, sorry. Hi, Mom.
She was told that she had to take her sweatshirt off.
No.
And the police officer was taking pictures of her.
Yep.
Why were you taking pictures of my
No,
daughter?
no, here, hold on. Come on. Come on, here, we'll take it. We'll take this.
No, they don't have to leave the property because.
Yes, that's.
No, they don't.
They do.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
You don't know what's going on.
Wait till she gets here.
If you're not gonna relax.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, go. Take her.
You asked my daughter to leave the campus
I did
today?
not.
Who did?
The police officer.
Why?
Because they have this fight with him. Look it, ma'am. I'm not gonna put up with this stuff.
I'm not gonna put up with it either. You're not allowed to tell my daughter to leave the school because no, you're
School is
not.
over. Yes, the principal. Yeah. You can take her. Yes, he can. Yes, I can. That's what
So you're gonna tell me that you're gonna ask my daughter to leave school because she was wearing a Make America Great Again sweatshirt?
Nope, that's not what happened.
That is what happened. Then why is she being asked to leave? She's not the one that had the Trump flag, and even if she did, why can't she have a flag on America Day for school
Because
that
it's
says
not-
Make America Great Again?
Because to carry a flag around is not good use of the flag. It's disrespectful.
To carry a flag around?
Go read that. And I have a kid in the army.
I have a kid in the military.
Good.
Thank you.
So, you can leave.
I'm not leaving without figuring out why she's in trouble for
She's
this.
not in trouble.
No, she wasn't in trouble.
She's the one that called you because they took a picture of her because she wouldn't leave.
And why did they take a picture of her?
Because she wouldn't leave.
She's a minor. If they're gonna take a picture of her from the school, I should have been called.
No, you don't. No, you're wrong.
You are wrong. Where you
Would you
get this
please
stuff?
leave?
I talked to a Phoenix police officer on the way here.
No, you don't know what he's talking about. You need to go.
It's school.
Go.
You're a jerk.
No.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you.
You're just typical.
I'm difficult?
You are?
No, you
I-
don't get to talk to my daughter the way that you are.
You're not coming back on campus. We're trespassing.
Oh my gosh. My kids go to school here.
Doesn't matter, I can trespass you.
Okay. Because my daughter wore a Make America Great shirt?
No. We already answered that question.
The flag that was being.
Let me see the flag. Let me see the flag. This isn't even an American flag.
This is a Trump flag. We can't hold Trump flag in the school.
Here, can you hold it for a second? The news wants to hear about this. And you're not allowed to have that flag on campus?
It wasn't even a campus disruption.
Was it America Day though? Did you guys make it America Day?
American flag.
It was American Flag Day. It was American Flag Day.
It wasn't
My daughter is in trouble and I'm not allowed to come to school.
You've been trespassed from the first. You are not allowed on campus. You come in, you get a bye.
So I'm trespassed from school because my daughter is wearing a Make America Great shirt? Is that right?
I have to go the other way my truck is.
Is that correct?
I have to go the other way my truck is the other way home.
Okay.
Let's break this down. Let's break this down. Let's break this down like we're breaking down ice. Okay, so what we see here in this video is a confrontation between a school, between a mother and a principal. What was the case, you may ask? It was the case of the MAGA flag, the Make America Great flag. If you remember Donald Trump being president, he wanted to make America great again by getting rid of building a big old wall. So it was Flag Day, and what the children wanted to do was to have a big flag out and wear a sweatshirt saying that. But when a police officer, all of this, took a picture, it escalated too far. Let's break this down looking into the comment section of this video, which are turned off. But if there were more comments about this, we'll look at that 4-minute video, which is from ArizonaCentral.com. It was all because the police officer was taking pictures of her. It was Jennifer Ferris. And if she would have come on the show, she'd have her side of the story. Now, this confrontation, in my opinion, would have been handled outside. The daughter would have left. It would have been just her, the principal, and it would have been just the mother and the parental administration say, okay, let's talk about this. And then all of a sudden, she would not get trespassed. That was the wrong way to do so. The right way to do it was to not have the kids around, or if the kids want to be part of it, okay. But then, we have to understand, if your child is in trouble and they're going to be called down to the office, they call you and have a meeting, okay, fine, the child can be there, has to be present, but behave themselves. For parents, it's all like, this, that, and a third. To sort of break it all down in the comment section would be like trying to make down butter with cream cheese. I don't know what to say, but if the comment section was enabled, then everybody would just be up in arms commenting. Alright. Let's take a look at another video. We've showed you this before. We're going to break this down for you. So here's the full video of a mom who delivers a speech. But first, before we do that, we may have shown you this, but we are going to show it to you
Get
again.
any size groovy fry and groovy sauce for $1 groovy dollar. Groovy. Live free. Eat Sonic. You want to live free?
And this board meeting, it went viral. Let's take a look.
Thank you, Mr. Beard. Next up is Alicia Vaught, and on deck is Candy Beers.
Good evening, school board members. My name is Alicia Vaught. Senate Bill 739, as you guys probably know, is going to be signed into law very soon. So we're taking the power out of your hands and putting it back with the parents, the way it should be. And it's very concerning that you guys would take the power away from the parents. And Ms. Cass, let me just point out real fast, when you were introducing the public address comment, you said, this is the time we get to hear from the students, from the staff, and from the community members. You didn't mention parents, not one bit. And I think that's a big issue for Montgomery County, because you guys do not like the parents. That's how I feel, because you're taking the choice away from the parents and you're trying to take it and put it into your hands for financial reasons. I don't know. You're taking it away from us, and we have parents' law. So I just wanted to point that out. We sat here last year and listened to you guys preach to us about Governor Northam's executive orders and how we must follow them. You guys remember that? We do. So here's a governor that comes into office, but yet you don't want to follow his orders. Why is that? Why is it different from the last year when we were here to this year? 2 different governors, 2 different political parties. So we were supposed to follow it last year, but not this year. That makes no sense. And it makes all of you a bunch of hypocrites, except for Dana and Jamie. Miss Cass, you also yelled at me the last time I was here for taking off my mask, but here's a picture of you right here on Facebook with a crowd of people.
That's it.
With no mask on. This is my time and I don't interrupt you. Here's another picture with you with a no mask on.
I'm sorry, Ms. Vaught, you are done. If you are going to sit there and disparage a member of our school board, then you can sit down. If you have something effective to say.
I have facts and truth on my side.
I am not going to sit here.
This isn't about you anymore. It's about
Can we have a police officer, please?
Really?
Yes. No, I'm not scared. I don't care. I would like you to either talk about something. You can talk about something that concerns our school board. Is there something about our students you would like to talk about? Then talk about our students. Can you please ask Ms. Vaught to leave? Thank you.
Okay.
Let's let the rest of us talk.
Can I finish?
No.
You are.
If you would like to finish about students, but if your idea is to stand there. Huh?
She should be able to say her piece. I've had to listen to people come and criticize me.
People came here and criticized you last year?
Absolutely. And I couldn't do anything about it. And publicly, I was humiliated.
So people came here and they talked about your mask to your face. They showed pictures of your family. They showed pictures of your.
Yeah, they did worse.
That doesn't make it right.
No, it
That doesn't make it right, Jamie.
You're right, but I had to say.
That's my family. That is, then fine.
What do you think about our family?
I am not.
Our family is being suffocated today.
I'm done.
Policies.
Time is up.
She leaves or I leave.
Time is up.
I'm done.
You can't deal with the truth. You don't need to know.
It's not the truth, but that's not the issue.
We're coming for them. All of them. So with the rest of my time, I just want to say, parents and grandparents, if you guys want to run for office, if you want to run for a school board member seat, which we might have one vacant apparently, then come to the Second Monday Constitution group. They are offering 2 free trainings next month, March the 14th, from 6 to 9 p.m. at the bowling alley in Christiansburg. One of the trainings is called How to Run for Office and Win. Another training is called Get to the Heart, How to Get Your Message Out. So these are 2 free trainings, again, at the Second Monday Constitution group in Christiansburg. You can look it up and join on Facebook. So we want to offer those services to anybody that wants to run, because these liberals are getting out of the school board. You guys already just made the mama bears so mad now.
Now this was the mama bear. Now let's break this down. I'm looking at the comments section, which thank God there's now comments. If there wasn't, we'd be here already. We'd be back at square one. Worst kind of hypocrite is the one who immediately lashes out when they're called into it. This woman did great. The fact that the chair thought she could have her arrested or removed because she didn't like what she was saying says all we need to know about how she operates. She has the right to say whatever she wants about the school board, the school, the district, the whole community, even the students. But when you come up here and start saying, like, you're talking about my family, I want your ass out. Get your ass out of here before I put a nut in your ass. The chairwoman should never be able to hold a job again, ever. If that board member who walked out can't keep her cool with a parent, she should keep on walking. She has no business making important decisions with a parent like that. This mom's excellent. Well, I'm proud of her for standing up for herself and standing up for the community and for the district. Here's another one. Remember when we first showed you about the incident at Snellville, to where kids were being left on the bus? Well, not exactly, because the bus drove off, the student was in the hallway, this, and that, and the other. We showed you this a few times, but for the breakdown purposes, we're going to watch it again, and then we're going to break it down. Which we will do when we come back. Stay with us. Tonight we're breaking down school confrontations in all these videos of parents confronting their child's school because of incidents that have happened. We looked at a couple videos. One was to wear of a MAGA flag. The second one was of a speak-e of a woman for talking about the board members' children. Do y'all remember this video? We showed you this video for Viral Break. It was about parents that were concerned about their child being left at school and then telling them, don't leave, can't get on my sister, but the bus left. Well, in spite of all of this, they made some changes. But before all of that, they were like saying all this, and the other is responsible. But, to clarify, it was to where no one was being held responsible. And everyone was trying to cover it up, sweep it under the rug, and be all like this, and the other. Let's take a look at the video, and then we're going to break it down.
For themselves.
No. Can I explain to you, sir? Can I just talk to you, explain to you? What we do is, they have a big screen in their room, and when their bus comes up, we have adults all through the hallway here that
So
help.
if y'all got adults all through the hallway, how did it happen for the third time?
Okay.
Not the first. The first time I was calm. I was understanding because I understood it could happen. The second time I was mad, but I let it go. The third time, my son called me from the bus, crying,
yelling,
screaming, talking about he don't know where his sister is. I'm supposed to be at work, which is an hour away from where we live here in Snellville. Now imagine if I went to work. My 5-year-old daughter would be here.
stuck.
Miss Curry left early today. We did have the parapro in the room. I don't know what happened, but I can try to get Miss Fields and we can try to figure out what happened.
Unacceptable.
My son told them to stop him. He said, don't pull off. I cannot leave without my sister. And they told him to leave anyway. My son was on the bus screaming and crying, and y'all still told the bus to pull off. Whoever it was. There was a teacher who told him to pull off. They should have let my son get off the bus and find his sister, because that's what we told him to do. They didn't allow him to get off the bus.
That's transportation. That's a separate.
It was a teacher that told him.
Y'all allow these buses to come pick these kids up, therefore you're responsible.
No, sir. When
You're
they get on the
responsible
bus,
when
they
you
decided they can
no.
keep them
I
around.
release my child to get on your bus to come to your school. Until my child makes it home through my door, you're responsible for my child, not me.
No.
You are. Until my child reaches back down, where I live, you're responsible for my child getting home. No, I don't care. Y'all didn't care nothing about my kid when she was missing for 3 times. This is the 3rd time. And you want to talk to me about somebody else's kid and you ain't care about mine? Don't ask me to be calm. Don't patronize me. Don't chastise me. Don't do it. And you doing it now. So stop. Because it's the 3rd time. I don't care about nobody else's kid out there. And you know what? They need to hear this so they understand what y'all trying to cover up. That y'all losing people's kids.
What's going on?
What you can hear what's going on. You want to know what's going on? Step your ass in here.
Sorry.
That's what you can do. Step in here. The 3rd time that my daughter has been lost. Do you want to talk? Because we can talk. Step in.
Let's go back in.
No, we're not going nowhere. We're going to stand right here.
Let me write something down what you want to share with us.
It ain't nothing for you to write down. What you want to write down? What you want to write down?
This is the first
afterwards. But this is my third time though. Understand that as a father. This is my third time that y'all have lost my 5-year-old daughter, my baby. This is the third time y'all lost her. And my son called me from the bus crying, wondering where his damn sister is. This is the third time.
And it's crazy that ain't none of y'all heard about this.
Right.
This has happened
And the
3 times.
second time, y'all tell me that if we don't come get her by 4 o'clock, y'all ain't responsible for her.
That's what the lady who sits right there said to me. She said that there's a teacher's party at 4 o'clock, and so after 4 o'clock, she's not responsible for my child because she has to go to a teacher's party.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm gonna apologize for that. I was off campus yesterday. That's why.
He said that he was on the bus just a minute ago. He was screaming and crying and telling the bus driver, don't pull off, I need to get off the bus because I'm not allowed to leave without my sister. That's what we told him. Okay. Don't leave without my sister. And whoever was out there directing the buses told him to pull off anyway and don't let my son off the bus. Now he's screaming and crying because he know that he's not supposed to be without his sister because this is the third time that this has happened. So for us to watch our own back.
I want to make sure everybody sees and understands.
For us to watch our own back, we told my son, stay with her because obviously don't nobody in this goddamn office care about her or she's not your responsibility after 4 o'clock, right? So after that, I said, don't leave without my daughter. So he did what he was supposed to do, but somebody told the bus to go.
You're right.
And we work an hour away from here, so there's no way we can make it to this school on time. This is the third time. The third time. What are we supposed to do?
I don't even trust y'all no more. That's terrible.
The last time,
I worry every day if my daughter is gonna make it on the damn bus.
The last time she was in the hallway sleep, they just missed over her. In the hallway sleep with a line full of kids, but they missed her. The first time she was wandering around the hallways on the side where the parents pick her up, and she never been on that side of the hallway. So who is watching our child?
Nobody. Ain't nobody watching these goddamn.
They shouldn't have to come to school and be scared. She comes to school and be scared.
As I said earlier, sir, ma'am, I know you may not want to hear this, but this is the first I'm hearing. What I want to do is write down your concerns.
Can we write down all 3 then? Because she was here the second time, and if y'all don't know about it, that means nobody knew about it. She didn't say nothing to nobody.
That's what I want to do. Like I
These
said,
young people out here doing their own thing.
And they trying to cover their own stuff up. They covering their own stuff up because y'all supposed to know about every single thing that happened to every single one of these kids in here.
You can't expect no parent, especially in my predicament, to come in here and be understanding after this shit done happened 3 times. I was nice to
Now what if the next time she done got in somebody's car? What if the next time she done got on the wrong bus and nobody know where she is?
Well, one time is too many. I agree with you, Dad. I agree with you. One time is too many. As a parent, I understand that completely. Let me give you an opportunity to write it down, or I can write it down, whatever you prefer. Okay, write that down. That includes all the names.
I want everything.
Everything on
I
there.
want everybody. Yeah. I want everybody.
We're not gonna rewatch the whole video, but the only way we're gonna break it down is by looking at the comment section because everybody has their own opinions and everyone's telling their opinions. And I'm telling my own opinion. So this is what I said last year: schools need to be responsible for the kids every minute of every day. Exactly. From the first hour to the last hour of school, every day. The fact the school is defending themselves is just them digging their own graves. Well, what do you expect them to do? And admit, it's the most logical thing to do when you're presented with concrete evidence. Oh, don't get me wrong. They got concrete evidence brought against them. What I mean is, like, if you're attacked for something, you will defend yourself. You will defend yourself whether you will win. Whether or not you will win. Don't get me wrong, too. The goal here is to minimize damage taken. It's better to admit than to defend something shameful. Don't you agree? Even trolling on the limits. This is the 3rd time you lost my beloved baby. What's going on? Step your ass in here. Sorry. It warms my heart. These are the rules. First time is one-off. Second time is a coincidence. The third time is a pattern that cannot be excused. When he said, it felt it. I mean, if that was my nephew being left on the bus, I would be right in the. I'd be right in my brother's. I'd be right when I was a kid. When I was a kid in CCISD, there weren't no permission slips. My mom was very pissed off about me being on a CCISD bus without any permission slips. Not pissed at me, but pissed at the people that allowed it to happen. You can't expect no parent, especially in my predicament, to come in here and be understanding that this stuff happened 3 times. True father right there. I mean, the worst part is that school staff doesn't even want to take responsibility. No one usually does. Yep. I experienced education neglect myself multiple times. I was severely bullied by teachers and peers. I was being physically, verbally, emotionally bullied, abused at home, and the schools, hospitals, therapists swept my issues and the bullying under the rug, and effed up my future and my IEPs, and dropped the ball on me and multiple times. And even told a school psychologist about the abuse. His words were, "Don't worry, it's not abuse as long as it's not physical," and made the mistake to email my abusers about his concern for my safety and well-being. Mom ran it out loud and Dad hit me in the head because they cussed, screamed at me, and lied, saying they never beat me and they only took away my phone, which was a lie. Next day, wore a sweater to hide my tears and shakiness. Had to act as if I was a liar, avoid never wanted to school, so CPS wouldn't go to my home, which has happened a lot when I was a child. I'm still being abused and bullied. And I can't imagine being a parent. So, the bottom line here is this. I mean, if you're determined about this, talk to somebody. Don't go out of your way and say this, that, and the other. If you're getting concerned about what happened in the school, you talk to an administrator and they'll help you out here. All right. Remember when we showed you this? This was a clip that went viral all over social media. In it, there was an outraged parent that lit up all about the family-friendly drag show. And it led to the schools, it led to not just this mother, but to the whole community. The whole community wound up saying, "What the hell is this?" And that led to this mother right here. This mother right here to be outraged and saying all the family-friendly stuff, which is probably some good points. Parents lit up at the Union School District Board after EUSD sent an invite to all families for a family-friendly drag show sponsored by San Francisco Gender Reassignment Surgery Center and Plus 21 Gay Nightclub.
I just want to know what it is that makes a drag show family friendly, because if you follow it to its logical conclusion, you can slap family friendly titles on anything. You can have family friendly gentlemen's clubs, family friendly strip shows, family friendly 50 Shades of Grey read alouds. Will you approve my flyer if I want to host in all the sex secrets of the Kama Sutra for kids and families if it's family friendly? That's my question.
Wow.
What is it about a grown man, and I honestly, sincerely, as a woman, mean this, what is it about a grown man costumed in a sparkly bra with augmented boobs busting out, a leather miniskirt barely covering his twerking ass with tuck tape on his front while spreading his fish-netted legs as he writhes on the ground, grinding his groin next to a minor? Family friendly. You owe us an answer.
No.
And you know, you don't get to hide by just taking something down off Peachtree and calling it a day. You owe an explanation and an apology to everyone. You all got caught with your starting hands down. And while we have a culture that has a massive problem with child porn, with sex trafficking, you, a little school district board of adults, made the decision to feature an event to hypersexualize young children. Do you want to know that the word that defines that? It's groomer. You all played the activist pimp for an aligned surgical center and for a 21 plus gay bar. It makes you groomers and activist pimps, and we won't have those sitting on a school board who oversees the education of our children. You all stepped out of line. You should be ashamed. There's nothing loving. There's nothing. Let's unite and include, because the logical conclusion of that is you end up in diabolical evil. There are boundaries, and you don't slap family-friendly titles on stuff to cover your ass.
In which I couldn't agree more. The last part was you don't slap family titles to cover your own ass. And she killed it. Mic drop. God bless her. 40% correct. They don't put time on anything. They don't affiliate with any programs advertised. If you took a 5 seconds out of your day to Google a picture of it, you would see the massive slave and it takes up 5-10% of the page and maybe learn how school works. As a Californian, this stuff scares me for my future children. The school board approves who uses the school's grounds and programs for raising dance, etc. Many schools have had family drag shows during the school day. One California high school has a mandatory assembly and no one was informed about it was a drag show, neither the parents or the students, and were forced to watch it. I'm more concerned for a grown man twerking on the little girl's lap, but not giving students and parents a choice seems underhand and dishonest to me. If you believe what you were doing, then openly, without using slick tricks to trap those. They shouldn't be ashamed, they should be jailed. Bless her, she's fighting for the safety of her kids. Exactly. That's how it is. You fight for the safety of the child. Every parent wants what's best for their child, and this on a minor, not at a school board meeting, because if you have it at a school board, because those people up there, they need to be fired. Not only fired, but jailed. That's how it is. It is just how it is. Alrighty. Moving on to our viral break right now. Remember TV Funny ASF? The new challenges? We are going now. We're gonna set you up with a couple challenges. Can you turn the number 10 into a 5 by moving one pencil?
It's to turn that 10 into a 5 by moving one pencil. Which one of y'all think I can do?
How about Malik?
Nobody. They go $100.
No, I'm gonna just try it.
One pencil and change it into a 5. Just that simple. That's the wrong one. Now keep yawning, Princess Goofy. Because he boring me too. Where you roll your eyes at? That's wrong. That's wrong, Goofy. Matter of fact, he go another 100. Bro. You don't even know it. No, you don't, bro, because you can't do it. That's a 19, Goofy. They go another 100. Matter of fact, boom, he bored me too.
You don't need help.
She don't know how to do it. She finna miss it like she missed her 2 front teeth. That ain't no 5. Now smile.
Yes, it is. It is a 5. Look at it sideways.
No, it's not.
Look at it sideways.
How that's a 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you. She might miss her teeth, but you miss your money.
The challenge is to turn that 10 into a 5 by moving one pencil.
Alrighty. Ready for another one? Draw one line to make 200. Can you do that?
Is to change this into 200 by drawing one line. Just that simple. Think you do it? Yep. If you can, you get $20. But I don't think you can. Yeah, 20. Now draw one line. $20. Goofy. I guarantee you can't do it.
You said one line, right?
One line. You can't hear.
What's 100 plus 100?
100 plus 100 is 200.
Alright, keyword plus.
No, bro, I said one line.
Yeah, I drew that in one line without picking up the marker.
There's still 2 lines. I don't care how many times you pick up tomorrow. Goofy, you wrong. Cheating? How I'm cheating? Because you... Here, I give you $150.
You gave me simple directions and I followed it.
$150. All you gotta do is draw 1 line, make that 200, Goofy.
Man,
1 line.
you know what? I'm gonna just spell it.
Goofy, you embarrassed because you don't even know it. 200.
Thank you.
Change this into 200.
Do you think he did? Do you think he would have made the challenge even better if I just doing 2 lines to make 200? Thank you. Here's one more challenge. Can you use 3 pencils to move 4 squares?
Is to move 3 pencils to form 4 squares. Now, which one y'all think y'all can do? Who's scared? 100. Alright, who going first?
My boy BJ.
He finna get it wrong. BJ finna get it wrong.
Bro, y'all finna listen to my wife.
You ain't finna go nowhere.
Oh yeah, we gonna eat that.
3 pencils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles. I said go. Thank you.
Everybody can't go. So you cheat. Yeah, you cheating.
I'm not cheating, bro. Y'all cheating. I didn't say everybody. Only 1 person go. So y'all put somebody down there.
I mean, I don't have to watch what we saw.
Oh, iPhone, PlayStation, these. Alright. 3 pencils. Who gonna go? 3 pencils or triangles, Goofy. Where y'all gonna let him go? We don't know what he doing. Crazy. All y'all some Goofy. Stop scratching your head, Goofy.
Man, I
One
got
more pencil, Goofy.
I got y'all boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7.
The challenge is to move 3 pencils to form 4 squares. Now, which one y'all think y'all can do?
Like, ooh. There. And finally, there's nothing more better than calling your grandmama to get you out of desperate situations. My grandbaby. Let me tell you one goddamn thing.
$5 on pump toilet. $5.
Who's you let me walk through those?
Sit back.
My mama pay you back. Man, you tripping.
Will y'all be quiet? And you hurry up.
Go.
What took you so long?
Dude in front of me was playing lottery.
Where my change at?
Right here.
Bro, this 42 cents. Where the rest of my change?
I will get back for the game.
You finna take this back. The gang ain't finna eat no
Okay. Well, grandma finna eat you up. Hey, grandma.
Hey, my grandbaby.
Yeah, my dad told me to take all the snacks in the store that I got for the game.
Put him on the phone. No. Why you making my grandbaby take no snacks back in his
Cause they
phone?
spent $95 on snacks, that's why.
Let me tell you one goddamn thing. If you don't let my grandbaby and the rest of the gang keep no snacks, I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna put this extension cord on the blackest part of your ass. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Here. Malik, go put $5 on pump toilet.
Extension cord on. Let's watch it again.
On pump toilet. $5.
Who's you let me walk through those?
Bye.
My mama pay you back. Man, you tripping.
Will y'all be quiet? And you hurry up.
Goofy.
What took you so long?
Dude in front of me was playing lottery.
Where my change at?
Right here.
Bro, this 42 cents. Where the rest of my change?
I will get back for the game.
You finna take this back. The gang ain't finna eat no
Okay.
snacks.
Well, grandma finna eat you up. Hey, grandma.
Hey, my grandbaby.
Yeah, my dad told me to take all the snacks in the store that I got for the game.
Put him on the phone. No. Why you making my grandbaby take no snacks back in his
Cause they
phone?
spent $95 on snacks, that's why.
Let me tell you one goddamn thing. If you don't let my grandbaby and the rest of the gang keep no snacks, I'm gonna come up there and I'm gonna put this extension cord on the blackest part of your ass. You understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Here. Malik, go put
I'm gonna take this extension cord and put the blackest part of your. That shit was. Yeah, that shit was so funny. I even forgot to switch up the topic cards. Alrighty. We're going to come right back. Stay with us. Friday, we're going to continue this school confrontation festival, but looking into one more piece of the puzzle. You might remember we showed you this story of when Austin Middle School made the father's daughter do a drug test when clearly it was just a medical condition. We'll play you the story. Then we're going to hear the other tale, the other side of the story, by 2 videos. Here's a sneak peek.
Her
name is Alicia.
Okay, Alicia. I feel. I don't think we did the wrong thing. We were just trying to do our best and trying to get to the bottom of it. Okay. I feel terrible for the way that Austin Middle School has been drugged through the mud this year, and I want to make this better.
But did he?
I feel horrible for the way my daughter was named.
But what's going to happen next? That's on Friday. And I know I promised you Friday we were going to do World's Dumbest, bring back the World's Dumbest, but we're going to do that on Saturday. And believe me, I really wanted to just throw in the World's Dumbest, but because of shit like this that I see, it pisses me off that one of my old principals gets attacked by throwing it by his opinions, by the parents' opinions, saying all senioritis stuff, and then when people get recorded, it's all like they get shut out. I promise you this, we'll do it on Saturday. And all of next week. Next week's our season finale. Next Saturday is our season finale. Take 2 months off to really get through this, and we'll be back on Labor. And we'll be back the week after Labor Day. So that's all for this edition of Give Me a Break Wednesday. Going into Thursday, we'll see you again for Give Me a Break Friday. For all of us here at YouTube at Give Me a Break, I urge you to stop bullying, speak up. I also urge you to have some concentration, not use your strength. I also very well urge you to not jaywalk. I also urge y'all to stop drinking and driving, stop texting and driving. Education is very important. Always remember that. Until you graduate. Good night.